Testing. Well, hello there, Sofia. All right, I did one take and the camera would not. It's a workout. Anyway, let's try this again. I want you to sleep better and have a better feeling body. And it's really all about stretching. It's all about the connective tissue. The tissue in the body is connected from the wrist all the way down, all the way through the fingers, all the way to the other side. And so everywhere that we move and open our hands and stretch and move, we're stretching tissue. It's kind of like doing a stretching band. So I would have a tissue attached from wrist to wrist. It's like a rope. So we're full of ropes and rigging, and we're always stretching. We're always doing this so that our biceps, forearm, quadriceps are over tight. So in stretching this, I've got a band from front to back to the wrist to wrist. And now you wonder what's the tissue in the back looking like. It's all slacked up because it's all pulled this way. This is where most of our pain's coming because of this tightness in our body. So stretching out the pectoral is major, and you can do these things with the right angle hands. Turn the hands, move here, open up, open up, open up. And you can do that in your chair. Another nice piece is to, even when you're sitting in the chair, bring your hands together in the back, pull them up, drop the shoulders. You can bring the chin up if you want, but you're getting the pectoral. So I'm pulling from here over and pulling this way, stretch, stretch, stretch. Got a line going all the way down here. I'm stretching all those ropes that way, and then I'll switch and go the other way and open up the whole front. You'll even sit up straighter after you've done that, because remember, everything's pulling us forward. Same thing with the quadriceps and the quads. This right leg is my dominant, and my left leg is weaker and not as strong as this one. So this tightness here is pulling up on this hip, which causes back pain, sciatic, and some knee issues on the opposite leg. Sometimes we hurt our foot, and so we're favoring one or the other. It's doing all kinds of different dynamics in through the pelvis and through the whole body, which we have to compensate for, which is the reason for PT. So this is really about being your own PT. So going from here, with the upper body, if I want to stretch out the quad, I've got back pain on the left, which also I might have sciatic on the right because my right leg is dominant. What I do is I'll stand straight and grab the ankle, right ankle foot, right? Because it's going to hold the tissue from the Achilles around the foot. And I'm going to pull this back. Remember, it takes 5 seconds for the tissue to start to move, and now it's stretching. And the key to that for about 15 seconds or so, and then put the foot down, relax. But key to this is walk around after you've done a stretch, so that that space will deliver here and drop the hip down, the back pain goes away. Takes all the pull off of the sciatic. If this is pulling up this way, it's going to drop it down and give you some slack here, right? So those are some things for the quad. And just do one. See how you do for a little while. Now, getting into stretching the adductors and in through the pelvis. One of the things about the pelvis is that when our bellies are hanging, our core's hanging, everything's pulling from the front, and everything in the back gets tight. The little muscles in the back start getting tight all the way through. And so if we pull our belly in and push the pubic forward, all right, it pushes the hips back. That's the way to stand and walk and move around. Your strength is more in your core, and you're going to take the weight off of the front, especially the knees. So that way, this will help with knee pain, just pulling the pelvis back. Same with moving, walking, running. So that's some of the upper stuff. So now I want to get into the adductors. We're still working all the way around those hamstrings, not just the hamstring. That's the tight one. That's being pulled by these tighter muscles in front and up and through the pelvis. So I want to stretch out the adductors, which are also pulling. This heavy rope in between and into the pelvis, into the base. And so I bend, I come down, and I feel this pull all through here. And I use a right angle foot, pulls it even more. So as I pull that and pull this and pull that rope and micro move forward and back around, and I'm just moving that rope, and I do the other side. Here, here, pull through here, get that stretch, feel that stretch. That's what you're focusing on. All this stuff, all up into the pelvis, up into the butt. So as I come to here, up, and then I come down, I can also get lower and get more of this and here. And of course, the best way to get this hamstring loosened up is when you're just simply heading towards the floor and this. So this gets all this tissue being pulled tight all the way through this, the buttocks, and all the way down through the hamstrings, here and here. And just hold into it and let it drop. And what happens is, little by little, it gets longer and longer. And you can put more hands down on the ground, right? So you're just getting all that stretch out and getting this all elongated. Come back up slowly. So now we worked in here, and through the back. Same thing as downward dog. You know, as you're in dog, and your heels are up, and you push your heels down so that you get this stretch over the whole back. I find it best what I do 2 o'clock in the morning, all achy. I get out of bed, get on all fours, work with the hands and the wrist. As I push forward, my hands are flat, and I'm getting all kinds of tissue tightness moved out of my hands. They hurt. And most people's do. And especially the wrist. This will help to strengthen the wrist. And just come into those places and stretch the tissue in through the wrists, through the fingers wide. So, from here, the greatest thing I want you to do here is the calf stretch. To get at this muscle, this attachment here that goes down under the foot, attachment here comes up around the knee. We rarely can get this piece stretched. That's where we get cramps in it. They're tight. So bring your foot back, toe down. So your toes are curled under, and then push that heel down. Down, 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 down. That's the best stretch you can get from this position. Come off the ground, and you can bring that, you're stretching all the way through the Achilles, all the way up through the back of the hamstring. Okay, same thing with the other leg. Do that stretch. Remember, 10 seconds, let it stretch, let it move, and then spread your legs apart a little more. Now we're going to work on the adductors again and in through the hips. So as I come down, I can move my hips around. You can pull in on your belly a little bit. I can curve through here and then the other way. Okay? And I'm opening all this around in the pelvis. You want to open all that stuff. And we're just about the sciatic. It's all connected. Speaking of which, you were saying you had some stuff going down through your toe. So sciatic and all the stuff wrapping around the leg is going to go through this on the side of the tibia right down through here, this big bone. You want to take some of my spray and just run it right down here and massage that. You can also massage the spray, my pain relief spray, into your legs, into your thighs, into these attachments. Okay, so remember, you got right angle foot. It's going to pull more on the lower calf. This way, not much. This way, a lot more. So when you're in this position here, you're stretching here and flat back. But you've got your feet pulling on the whole area behind your leg. That's what you want to work on. you know, so we can then come into, well, this pose here, so you're into plank, and you can come from here and you can go up into plank. Feel what's going on up through here in the pelvis, the top of the quads, all the way in through the back as I'm in plank. Right angle feet. I can bring up, open, and I can work a lot through here, up and down, and up and down, and then you can go into table, and as you're into table, we'll do this one this way. Come down on your back, your knees are up, and bring your arch up, and take this leg and push it this way, pulling all the IT band all the way up through across the hips, and then back through the other side. Breathe. And then push up with the pelvis. Get this pull in up through here into the hips. And drop down. The other one for the back of the legs and the back of the sciatic area, of course, is here. And open. Pulling all this tissue through here and opening all this up. Opening further. How far can you go? All right. Sitting in a cross-leg position also does a nice stretch on the hips and all the stuff in the hips. I don't know the names of all of them. I just know they're ropes and rigging that you got to stretch all the time. Anything you can do from this position here to open up this whole core and reverse and twist and twist and open. Okay? God bless you. May you feel better tonight. Get up in the middle of the night, do a little stretching, a little tapping, a little breathing, go back to bed, sleep like a baby. And do my little brain gym exercise when you go back and lay down. You want to activate your left and right hemisphere. Is saying hum a little song in your mind like row, row, row your boat. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then count, and then hum and count. You'll watch yourself go to sleep. You'll see these dream images going across. And that activates left and right brain hemisphere, so you're in balance. Sweet dreams. Have a great day. Keep them cards and letters coming. It's late and I'm signing out. Have a good night. Bye. Hopefully this one took.